Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Kono Plays. This is episode 13, broadcasting the review of Super Meat Boy for the PC. Yes, I'm reviewing Super Meat Boy for the PC. Why am I doing such a thing? Because it has to be done. I'm still on the mission to review every game ever made. Here you have it, folks, Super Meat Boy. What is this game about? Well, let me put it very bland and very simple for you, but also poetic. This game is pretty simple. All you gotta do is move around and fucking save your girlfriend from destruction. It's that simple. It's something related to games like, obviously, like Mario and physics-based games or along the lines of that. Right now I'm playing the PC version and it runs pretty well. As you can see, the graphics are of 2D nature. You can pretty much pick up and grab this game and it's no problem. The gameplay, well, it's pretty damn solid. There's not much really of a story going on. You're like I said, you're basically this meat guy trying to save his girlfriend from getting beat up by some evil doctor, and that's pretty much the story. The gameplay, as I was about to get to, is pretty good. The controls, rock solid. Every single little notch that you make on the control stick is very important. Every little tap or tilt on this control stick is very crucial to completion of the game and success of the game. You want to make sure that you do not fuck up in the game, because if you do fuck up, then I don't know what you're doing. All jokes aside, this game is, again, quite difficult, just like Cuphead. It's a two-dimensional platformer where everything counts. Every second, every minute. One of the things that makes this game very forgiving and very, down to earth, as you may say, or whatever, is the fact that this game has unlimited continues. You don't really have a life system. It's just one hit and you're done. But if you are done, then you don't have to worry about trying to worry about extra lives and resurrecting and all that bullshit. All you gotta do is make sure that when you die, you figure out how to beat the level with precision, of course. You need to learn from your mistakes in this game, like most games. The key to this game is to focus, and without focus, you're nothing in this game. As you can see, the game is organized by worlds, and each world has its own distinct levels. There are about 6 worlds in this game, and each world has its own dark parallel counterpart. Right now, I just finished the World 1 Light World, and I'm about to enter the World 1 Dark World. I'm gonna choose 8-Bit Meat Boy right here. Basically, the premise of the Dark World is that it's you're playing the mirror version of the level, and when you do play the mirror version, it is definitely much harder. But since I'm playing the World 1, it's not, the difficulty isn't completely spiked up. Long story short, the Dark World, as the name implies, if for whatever reason it does implicate that to you, it implies that it's much more difficult. Once again, as I've stated in many reviews, the music is exceptional. Most of the music in this game has mostly metal compositions with electric guitar compositions. Something interesting about this game is that there's actually two versions of the soundtrack. You can actually change it in the settings right here. You go to the settings, audio settings, and you go to soundtrack, and you can change it from the original 2010 version to the parallel, or the additional soundtrack, I should say, of the 2015 version. They're very similar, but they have their own distinct taste. So in conclusion, what I think about this game is that it's very straight to the point. There's not much story, but the gameplay is very solid, and in the end, I think video games are mostly due to what you actually play sometimes instead of the story. Sometimes you do need a good story to compel you, but in this case the gameplay takes the overall cake. In short terms, basically, the gameplay substitutes for the lack of much story. And in conclusion, I think that Super Meat Boy is another solid game that you should check out. Doesn't cost you that much. You go to Steam, pick it up for a couple bucks.